Hey, Kari here, Couture's Creative Marketing Manager, and on behalf of the entire company, I want to thank you for getting a start on your creativity with our Simply Said selection. Let me show you how quickly this comes together. I've got my transfer here, and I've assembled some other tools you might find helpful, but of course your project will come with your small squeegee. We've got our new hexagon boutique surface, and I've got all of my paste singles right here, white, and then the other three colors are exclusive. I've got turquoise oasis, mint condition, and chartreuse. And I've just got some little dishes to squeeze the paste out into, and of course my water bath so that I can wash things as I go. Now let's get started. First I'm going to label my pieces on the transfer just so it's easy to clean up. And that's just a quick 1, 2, 3, and I'll write on the backers so that it's easy to organize and keep track of things when I'm finished. Now I'm just going to use the cut lines that are included on each transfer, and I'm going to separate the sentiment from these three beautiful florals. It's going to make it come together so quick and easy. Takes the guesswork out of building a floral bouquet, which I'm always grateful for. I'm going to peel this off the backer, and I'm going to fuzz it. So that means I'm sticking it to my towel right here just to pick up a bit of lint, which will help kind of soften the adhesive and make it not stick to my surface quite as much, and that will just reduce stretching. And I'm just going to get it centered on my board and positioned exactly where I want it and pressed out so there's no bubbles. And then I'm going to pick up my paste singles pack. I'm just going to give it a quick knead before I cut it open just to make sure that the paste is all mixed up. And just snip off a tiny corner. This has a tear strip too, but I've got scissors handy, so I'm only squeezing out the tiniest little bit. These are surprisingly full, and I'm going to save it for another project. One thing I love about these paste packets is it really highlights how very little paste you actually need to use. I'm going to use this tiny bit of white, and you'll be surprised how much coverage you'll get with just one little squeeze out. And then you've got some paste to use on another project. So I'm going to just get all that screen area covered and scraped off. And then peeling from the side, not the corner, I'm going to just peel this transfer off, and I love seeing that first pull. It's so satisfying. I'm just going to toss in my water bath here just to get my cleaning process started. Then I'm going to go ahead and pick up my next piece after I've given it enough time to dry. You're not layering directly over it, but you don't want to peel up any of your project that you've already completed. I'm just going to position this down in the bottom left corner, and you can kind of see through it so you make sure you don't cover up any of the letters. And you can see the perimeter of the board, so you've got it evenly spaced. Just get all those air bubbles out and get it pressed down. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and apply all three of the florals to it right now, just so I like the placement. So once I got paste on my squeegee, I can just keep moving and make a quick work out of it. So I've got this one on the far left, and I'm just going to scooch it over a tiny bit. There we go. Get all that smoothed out. And then the last one I'm going to put over in the top right-hand corner. And I'm just going to angle it enough that I can make sure I like its placement. Again, I like how you can see through that, so you can really be happy with your placement before you start. Okay, so now I'm going to start with turquoise oasis. And I'm only doing one flower in turquoise oasis, so I'm just going to squeeze out a tiny little bit. You'll be surprised how very little you need to do this. And I'm just going to put it in my jar here. I'm kind of using this as my palette. If I wanted to mix colors or anything, I could do that here. And I'm going to just get all these cut open so that once I've started, I can work quickly because this top floral is going to use all three colors. This one I snipped open and then I mixed it, but you can see as long as you're holding the top, you can just get it mixed up. This mint condition color is so cute. Love these exclusive colors. And this one is chartreuse, a nice like bright limey color of green. I'll just get some of this in my jar. Now I'm going to be ready to roll. Okay, and again, I've got plenty of paste in these packets, so I can move on to another project when I'm finished with this. Starting with turquoise oasis, I'm just going to fill in this top flower in the corner. And this is where if you have a multi-tool already, you might find it could be useful, but you can see I've kind of be selective about my pasting with this small squeegee just fine. It just takes the corner. Now I'm going to peel up the transfer and then kind of lay it back down just to break that seal between the board and the paste so that I don't have to rush through this quite as much. Sometimes when you're changing colors, it takes longer than you think, and so it helps it so it doesn't dry on the screen itself. So I'm doing these other smaller flowers in this cute mint condition color. Got that corner, it's working for me just fine. And then I'll use the chartreuse to do all the other foliage, again lifting my transfer so that it won't dry on the screen. And then I'm going to come in and finish off all the rest of these leafy pieces in this cute chartreuse color, kind of a bright pop with these other soft blues. And I'm just being really selective about how I paste this if you just are careful as you go. And I'll just get that in my water bath. Get my squeegee cleaned off so that I can get back into mint condition. And I'm going to catch the flowers on this little guy over here. Grab chartreuse again as I finish off this. All the foliage is chartreuse. I've got the smaller flowers in mint condition and then that one larger flower in the turquoise oasis. Fits this board so well, fills out the corners of it and just is so intentional on the surface. I love it. So while I've got my squeegee dirty with chartreuse, I'll go ahead and just finish out on these leaves and then grabs a little bit more mint condition. You can see I'm scraping off on my paper towel so I don't mix colors too much. I'm gonna lift the corner just a tiny bit so again it doesn't dry while I'm working. Finishing up these last few flowers in the bottom corner in mint condition. And I'm gonna just get this peeled off. And this is our last piece. I love how exclusive this project is, from its colors to its fun boutique surface. This is so easy to clean and reuse again and again with all of our awesome designs, and it's a fun way to kickstart your new year. So happy chalking.